it is not typical to install a drain for a solid bottom in-ground hand hole. The standard practice involves using a portable sump pump to remove any excess water that accumulates within the hand hole. The reason a drain is not typically installed is because the solid bottom design inherently prevents water from seeping out naturally. Therefore, a more active method of water removal is required when water accumulates due to rain, flooding, or other sources. The use of a portable sump pump provides a practical and efficient solution to this problem. Sump pumps are readily available, relatively inexpensive, and easy to operate, making them a convenient tool for maintaining dry conditions within the hand hole. To understand this better, consider firstly the purpose of a hand hole, secondly the challenges posed by in-ground installations, and thirdly the advantages of using a sump pump in this context. Hand holes serve as access points for underground electrical or communication cables and equipment. They allow technicians to perform maintenance, repairs, and upgrades without having to excavate the entire cable run. These hand holes are typically constructed from durable materials such as concrete, polymer concrete, or plastic, and they are designed to withstand the rigors of underground environments. In-ground installations, however, present unique challenges. The hand hole is susceptible to water accumulation due to rainfall, groundwater seepage, and flooding. This water can damage the cables and equipment housed within the hand hole, leading to electrical failures and communication disruptions. Furthermore, the presence of water can create a hazardous environment for technicians working inside the hand hole. A solid bottom hand hole design exacerbates the problem of water accumulation because it prevents natural drainage. Unlike hand holes with gravel or perforated bottoms, solid bottom hand holes trap water, requiring an alternative method for water removal. Installing a permanent drain in a solid bottom hand hole is not a common practice for several reasons. Firstly, connecting a drain to a municipal sewer system or storm drain can be complex and expensive, requiring permits and specialized plumbing work. Secondly, the drain line itself can become clogged with debris, rendering it ineffective. Thirdly, the drain line can create a pathway for rodents and insects to enter the hand hole. The portable sump pump offers a simple and effective solution to the problem of water accumulation in solid bottom in-ground hand holes. Sump pumps are designed to remove water from enclosed spaces, such as basements, crawl spaces, and hand holes. They typically consist of an electric motor, an impeller, and a discharge hose. When the water level rises to a certain point, the sump pump automatically activates and pumps the water out through the discharge hose. Portable sump pumps are lightweight, easy to transport, and can be quickly deployed to remove water from a hand hole. They are also relatively inexpensive and require minimal maintenance. When selecting a sump pump for use in a hand hole, there are several factors to consider. Firstly, the pump's capacity, measured in gallons per minute, must be sufficient to remove water at a rate that prevents it from accumulating to a dangerous level. Secondly, the pump's discharge hose must be long enough to reach a suitable discharge point, such as a nearby storm drain or ditch. Thirdly, the pump must be compatible with the type of water that is likely to accumulate in the hand hole. For example, if the water is heavily contaminated with sediment or debris, a pump with a solids handling capability may be necessary. In addition to using a sump pump, there are other measures that can be taken to minimize water accumulation in hand holes. Firstly, the hand hole cover should be properly sealed to prevent rainwater from entering. Secondly, the surrounding areas should be graded to direct surface water away from the hand hole. Thirdly, the hand hole should be regularly inspected for cracks or other damage that could allow water to seep in. Here are some additional considerations for using a sump pump in an in-ground hand hole. Firstly, ensure that the sump pump is properly grounded to prevent electrical shock hazards. Secondly, never operate a sump pump in a flooded hand hole if there is a risk of coming into contact with live electrical wires. Thirdly, dispose of the discharged water in a manner that does not violate local environmental regulations. For example, do not discharge water contaminated with oil or chemicals into a storm drain. The NEC, or National Electrical Code, provides guidelines for the installation and maintenance of electrical equipment, including hand holes. While the NEC does not specifically address the issue of water accumulation in hand holes, it does require that electrical equipment be protected from physical damage and that it be installed in a manner that prevents hazards. The presence of water in a hand hole can create a hazardous condition, and therefore, steps should be taken to remove the water and prevent it from accumulating. Some relevant NEC sections to consider include 110.12, which addresses mechanical execution of work, requiring installations to be neat and workmanlike, and 314.15, which covers the requirements for boxes and other enclosures in damp or wet locations. Although it does not cover the hand hole directly, it is also relevant to consider NEC section 314.27 regarding the support of boxes. As an example, if the hand hole were to shift and damage electrical connections, it is pertinent. While the primary method for removing water from solid bottom in-ground hand holes is typically a portable sump pump, other methods can be employed depending on the specific circumstances. These alternative methods may include firstly, wet-dry vacuums, secondly, manual bailing, and thirdly, specialized dewatering systems. Wet-dry vacuums are versatile tools that can be used to remove both liquids and solids. They are particularly useful for removing small amounts of water or for cleaning up debris that has accumulated in a hand hole. However, wet-dry vacuums are not as efficient as sump pumps for removing large volumes of water. Manual bailing involves using a bucket or other container to scoop water out of the hand hole. This method is labor-intensive and time-consuming, but it can be useful in situations where a sump pump is not available or practical. Specialized dewatering systems are designed for removing large volumes of water from underground structures. These systems typically consist of a series of pumps, filters, and discharge pipes. They are often used in construction sites and other industrial settings where groundwater control is essential. The choice of water removal method will depend on factors such as the volume of water to be removed, the availability of equipment, and the time constraints. In most cases, a portable sump pump will be the most practical and efficient solution for removing water from solid bottom in-ground hand holes. In summary, the standard method for water removal from solid bottom in-ground hand holes is using a portable sump pump. While permanent drains are not typical due to installation complexities, potential clogging issues, and possible pathways for pests, sump pumps offer a convenient, cost-effective, and readily deployable solution. When using a sump pump, consider factors such as pump capacity, discharge hose length, and water type compatibility. Implement preventative measures like sealing handhole covers and proper grading. Adhering to NEC guidelines ensures safe and reliable electrical installations. Alternative water removal methods like wet-dry vacuums, manual bailing, and specialized dewatering systems can be used depending on the situation. Prioritize safety by properly grounding the sump pump and avoiding operation near live electrical wires.